Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're gonna take a look again at Morpeko. This Pokemon was recently only available in Pokemon Go, and today we're gonna take a look at it again. We already have a lot of them encountered here, but yes, of course it's going to be my second video already onto this Pokemon here. And you can imagine that I'm very likely going to showcase this Pokemon in every single cup where this Pokemon is going to be allowed, because it is honestly so much fun to play. It feels like this Pokemon has so many potential outcomes that it's like such an interesting thing to run, because at the end of the day, if you farm on anything, if you get anywhere some energy advantage, this Pokemon is completely destroying everything. It is so much fun to play, and again today you're going to see a very strong team here around this Pokemon. I like this team quite a bit. I think it's a great team to run. I would really recommend you to try this team out as well. And look at Morpeko already. In neutral, Aura Real here knocking out that Girafarig, and we can go for the Psychic Fang spam now, which is going to be lovely, as I will see here as well. We're gonna get the first shield from the opponent, as they were worried about us going for the actual Aura Real, which we're gonna go for next, as we don't really have to care too much about it. Either we're gonna get a shield here, or we're gonna get the knockout and we're gonna get the final shield from the opponent. Look at already the first battle here. Morpeko is completely busted. This is such a fun Pokemon to run. Again, you can currently get it from quests as well as the Go Battle League rewards. Definitely get a lot of them. It is so cool to play this Pokemon. Anyway, next opponent, a great lead for us. We're going to see the swap out here into the Ninetales, and honestly, Licky is something that I like and something that I hate at the same time. The issue for me for Licky is just Body Slam. Like, Body Slam is just, I'm so used to Body Slam doing a ton of damage that I cannot really, I don't know, play around with this one here right now where it just barely does anything. I could actually see a world where Licky is functionable with something like Shadow Ball Earthquake moveset, just to do like some more neutral damage or something like this. Here I make a little bit of a mistake, I overfarm by a little bit too much, which is actually quite impactful, because like this, the opponent gonna get me low enough that it can mud slap me down, which is not ideal whatsoever. But at least we're going to be able to get our shield back here, which is going to be great for us as well. This is going to be allowing us to get this Earthquake off against the opponent, getting the shield. They can farm me down, we can go back into our Grass type as a swap out into the Wall Rain, and we're just gonna go straight for the Aura Real. And this gonna seal the deal. This gonna win us a game. Like, if they use a shield, we win the battle. If they don't use a shield, we win the battle. As you're gonna see, the opponent decides to no shield. We are going to be able to go for the Psychic Fangs. Actually, we should have went for the Aura Real here instead, but the opponent still used a shield anyway, which is great for us, because now the defense is dropped. We have a ton of energy on our little Whimsicott here, and also we still have so much health left, allowing us to get to another Seed Bomb, winning us this battle. A good game to the opponent. Next opponent, let's see what we're going to have here. We're going to have Whimsicott against Thackery. Oh, this battle was horrible for me. Oh, you're gonna see me here completely struggling, and this is mainly because on how silly I play this one. But don't worry. Anyway, we're going to take a look here at Whiscash in the back here from the opponent. If they had the Thackery lead already, Thackery already made a video about as well. Check out the video if you haven't. But yeah, this Pokemon here, Whiscash together with Thackery, a very common core, very good core. But the opponent completely messes up basically everything they could mess up. What we will see here as well, they even allow me to get to another Body Slam, not expecting that I would have so much residual energy there as well, allowing us to get off that Body Slam, getting them and saying no, they swap out into the Thackery. And which Pokemon do I swap in? The Electric type that can one-shot the opponent, or the Grass type Pokemon that could be getting completely hardwalled here. Of course, the Grass type Pokemon, I just misclicked. I literally just misclicked. I did not expect the swap whatsoever. I just panicked. My bad. That was my mistake for sure. But we still have at least our little boy here, the Morpeko. As you will see, I can use a shield against the Brave Bird, which is a smart move, because now I'm even going to be able to farm under the Whiscash, which is really important. And look at this. It is just beautiful. I love this Pokemon so much. Look at this. Psychic Fangs. Gotta get the drop onto the defense. Oh, our Real is going to be next. What a day. We're going to be able to buff our own attack, but also one-shot the opponent in return. And that is going to be a very good game. I just love this thing. Like, honestly, if you have not tried out Morpeko, like, this Pokemon is so much fun. In any league I've played so far, it has been like, yeah, it's like 3 leagues I tried it so far on the Open Great League, which I'm gonna do again most likely very soon. The yeah, this cup here now, as well as, of course, the Halloween cup. This Pokemon always been one of my favorites. It's always been one of my favorites so far. It is so much fun. This is literally such a cool Pokemon. I like the design. I like on how strong it is. And I don't think it needs a nerf. I saw some people like requesting basically a nerf for Oriole. Don't, like honestly, I do think it could happen. I could see a nerf happening towards it. Very likely not immediately, most likely after one more season. But I also don't think it is too broken, because at the end of the day, this Pokemon has a stat product of 1600. If you don't know what this means, is basically this Pokemon is insanely squishy, which we will see here already from this Icicle Spear. And what we will see as well, because it's so much damage, we are going to be in a position here where we're not going to be able to win. It is not that this Pokemon is unbeatable, but if you don't prepare your team for it, this thing can sweep you. And I love this, because I just like always when like those squishy Pokemon all of a sudden have a ton of play. Here's how we want to lose this battle, even though we were able to knock out the opponent's Golurk. And yeah, sadly we're just not going to be able to knock out that Gligan, so we're sadly gonna forfeit there. Still, it always feels like you have some play with this Pokemon, which is kind of funny. Also, what is kind of funny, the opponent is staying in here, which is very lucky for me, because we have some issues against this Pokemon with this team. Again, Morpeko has a lot of potential against a lot of Pokemon. It is step, neutral or real, which is going to be fine as well. And so I'm not too worried about it here, but we're going to be able to go for another Earthquake as well, which is going to be great. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. And we are gonna force ourselves here to use a shield again, I would imagine. We're actually gonna go all in for the Morpeko apparently. That is also a cool play for me. Oh, we go into the Whimsicott. And they're going to have the Among Us here. I should have most likely not went for the charge move here. Our Morpeko is going to be able to survive or like resist the fast move from the opponent. And this is kinda a little bit annoying for us. For the reason here is basically that we should just swap out straight into the Morpeko and just went for a back-to-back Psychic Fangs. That would have been way smarter out of my perspective. But as we will see here as well, we're going to be able to not get to another move. And this just mainly because I gave the opponent way too much energy beforehand. And as we will see as well, we're going to try our best to go for an Oriole against that Bastion. But can we still win this battle? I'm not too sure about it. We have to see what is going to be in the bag. Oh, it's going to be the Tropius. Oh, it's going to be Air Slash. Oh, we're going to be able to go for another Oriole, which is going to be able to do a ton of damage, boost our own attack. We can still go for another Psychic Fangs afterwards. Is it going to be enough to knock them out? We had +2 damage. Yes, it is. And so, yeah, here we go again. Morpeko sweeping an entire team here. It is ridiculous on how common Morpeko is just able to completely destroy every single Pokemon here from opponents. It is madness. Galarian Weezing, not ideal, but we have coverage. It is definitely not ideal though. Like we're going to have, we have the Earthquake here on this Pokemon. We're going to have Psychic Fangs on the other one, but they have a ton of energy now, which makes it all a little bit difficult. But anyway, we're going to try our best. We're going to be able to go for the Earthquake. The Earthquake is going to be able to get them very low, and we can actually let the move go through. And we are going to be able to go ahead and take the hit. Try to go for a charge move against whatever comes back in here. It's going to be that Weezing, which is, generally speaking, not very, very bad. It's going to be okay for us to go for a Body Slam. Sadly, they called it here, which is a little bit annoying. But what we could do is we could try to go ahead and go back into our Morpeko, go for the Psychic Fangs. But I have no idea on how much energy the opponent actually has at this point, which is a little bit tricky. We're gonna see here the opponent going for their own charge move. It's very likely just going to be the bait here, but we're still kind of forced to use some shields. Brutal Swing is gonna get shielded up. Funnily enough, the shield animation was a little bit interesting there, because the shield only really gets used. I've never even looked at this. If you look in the top corner there, basically, the shield only gets used, at least just now, when the shield is really gone, yet not like when the shield is up, which is kind of interesting. I never really realized it. I never looked in. Yeah, look, the shield is still up there on the top left corner, and as soon as the opponent goes for a charge move, it only goes away. Never actually looked at this before. Anyway, we're going to see here the opponent is going to go for a Brutal Swing here. Can we still win the battle? It's going to be a Drifloon in the back. Generally speaking, a bad matchup. But we can go for the Moonblast. This Moonblast is going to be able to do a ton of damage and just perfectly enough to not knock them out, which is perfect for us, because we can now go for one more fast move with the Morpeko. We have 1 HP in a dream, and look at this, Oriole is coming Weezing's way. Goodbye there, and we can now move on to the next opponent. Next opponent, let's see on how this is gonna go. We're gonna have a horrible lead for us, Warrain, and oh look at this, Polyrather coming in next. That's not ideal or whatsoever, definitely not ideal at all. But as we will see here, Body Slam is coming through. We're gonna be able to go for another Body Slam afterwards. This is going to be able to, at least get them a little bit low. And maybe you can get a shield eventually, please. Most likely not. Like, they're going very like to just go for the Dynamic Punch. They're running Mud Shot, by the way, otherwise we would be already way lower health. But they actually decide to go for another charge boost straight away. What we can go ahead now and do is we can try our best to go for the full farm run against the opponent. Let's see if this is going to work out. It does not. They can go for an Ice Event. And so, yeah, we are going to swap out of here. And we're going to get hard-walled completely in this battle, which is fine. Doesn't work all the time, but it is what it is. Next opponent, Steelix comes in here. We're going to have the Drift Bloom and I swap out into the Morpeko for one reason. If I go for this charge move here, my next one is a Dark type one. And this is going to change a lot. But the opponent sadly decides to use a shield here, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. Maybe we can still have some play here. But yeah, AC one coming through, drops my attack again. I'm fine with that. We're still going to be able to win this matchup no matter what. As you will see here as well, they're going to have the Aura coming through again. They decide to use another shield, and I'm like, I am totally okay with that. Like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. Icy one comes through. Fine for me. And as you can see, Empoleon comes in next. We are on the electric turn, my friend. This is going to one-shot you. Bye-bye there, and we win the battle already. Like, there's nothing the opponent can do anymore. They realize it. They forfeit. Goodbye there. So, we're next up going to have a Clefable. That is very, very difficult. So, let's see, we're going to be able to go for a Moonblast here. This Pokemon can be a little tricky, especially if they're still running the move of Media Mesh. Some people like to run Media Mesh just to cover up other Fairy-type Pokemon, and they do here as well. It allows us though to go into our Licky, and again, if you have Shield Advantage for your Morpeko, it is not too bad. It is not too bad whatsoever. But as you're going to see here as well, we're going to be able to go for the Body Slam, we're going to be able to go for another Body Slam, and we don't have the shield advantage anymore, which is kind of sad for us, but it is what it is. But at least we're going to be able to get out the ground-type Pokemon here that we cannot really deal with at all with our Morpeko. The opponent currently has, two Pokemon that are very good against Morpeko, which is not really ideal, but we can still maybe deal with them later on, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to see that we can still go for another charge move afterwards. There is going to be a Body Slam, it's gonna knock them out as well, and they go back into the Clefable, making it a bit awkward. If it's a Swift, we still should be able to survive, and apparently they're not running Moonblast, they're running Swift and Media Mesh, which is an interesting one there, but I kinda like this a lot as a lead option for the opponent, but sadly they're going to have a Donphin in the back, and like, what am I supposed to do here? So basically, so far I think the team only got destroyed by Pokemon that, yeah, I don't know, like, is going to completely hardwall us. I think that's kind of the only way that it went so far, but as you're gonna see here, Triple X is coming through from the opponent's Frostless. This is going to be an interesting matchup now, because it is not going to be a standard one, as Triple X are going to be very strong in the two-shield scenario, allowing them to boost their attack every single time they use it, making it very, very difficult for us to really win this matchup for that one. So we're kind of forced to go for a shield bait here. If we don't get the shield bait correctly, which we do it luckily here, we're going to lose this battle. But like this, we should be kind of fine. We should be kind of able to just go ahead and go for an Earthquake. I think maybe a Body Slam would have been even enough there as well already. But so as you're going to be able to do go for a charge move here, we're going to be able to now align the Swampert again against our Whimsicott. We have the Morpeko against whatever they have in the back. It's going to be the Bastion. Can we still win this battle here? Is Morpeko able to break through a Bastion? The answer we will see very, very soon. We just have to hope that we can survive one Smackdown and one charge move here as well still. If this is going to not knock us out, we should be able to win the battle. Do we survive a Stone Edge? We don't. And that's going to be a good game. And here's the thing. I wonder if there is even a higher ceiling for this Pokemon here, for Morpeko, if you would have PvP IVs. I could definitely see that there is a case where this Pokemon is even stronger than we know right now, because Morpeko with PvP IV is very likely going to have even way better matchups. And while we're at it, I can even take a look at it real quick on the site here and check if this Pokemon has like such a difference in terms of PvP IVs or not. You can, by the way, go for the Matrix Battle mode on PvPoke for this one. Would really recommend you to do this, by the way, to also see which Pokemon is better for yourself. It is one of the easiest ways to see which Pokemon you should build or not, if you are not too aware of, like, I don't know, like what kind of Pokemon you want to build in terms of if you have like certain IV spread or whatever, which one is better. Matrix mode on P-Poke, always the best one to go for. And actually, the difference is not that big. You want to win against Carbink though, which is going to be something that is definitely quite impactful. The rest actually doesn't seem like that you need PvP IVs for Morpeko, which is good for you to know as well. So like whenever you get like Morpeko from rewards, just build it. The difference is literally not there anymore, which is really good to see as well. So yeah, there's of course a small difference. Like still of course a PvP IV variant is going to be a little bit better, but there's barely any difference in those. So definitely, if you face, like if you get like a Morpeko from Global League research, from the raid research, from the paid research that you can buy right now as well in the shop, just yeah, build it for PvP. You don't need PvP IVs for this Pokemon, which is a good thing for you to know. As you will see here, we're going to have the matchup against Carbink, and I am going to go ahead and go for the Psychic Fangs. I don't know if this is going to be the right call or not. It is going to definitely knock them out. Oh, this was one of my favorite matchups. Look at this. We still have a Psychic Fang stored. Morpeko is one of the squishiest Pokemon on the meta, winning CMP tie against basically everything. And as they're going to be able to knock me out here for the final battle, we're going to be able to let the move go through, and we can go for the Psychic Fangs, and this is going to be a very nice knockout. Knocking them out, and maybe it's not even the final battle, I have to see. Is there one afterwards? There is not, and so it's going to be for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.